What if I told you that you can truly live the life that you want? And it's not something that's out of the norm. It's not something that's out there, but it can be completely normal for you to feel good on a consistent basis because you're allowed to feel good. We're conditioned in a society to think that feeling good is out of the norm. It's not normal to live your dream life. That's more rare. That's more unique. And it can't happen to you. You're not allowed to be in your power. Life has to be a struggle. Things have to be difficult. That's how we're conditioned. We really think that feeling good on a daily basis is taboo and it's weird. And there's a resistance to feeling good. There's a resistance to loving yourself. There's a resistance in society, and it's out of the norm to be in your power and live your dream life. And what the New Earth is really about is following that power that is within you, where you automatically align with the life that's meant for you, personally and uniquely for you. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why you can follow that power. You can follow your power to live your dream life. And it's not out of the norm. It's your natural state of being. Your natural state of being is to be aligned with your power and to be fully aligned with the life that your soul wants to live. That's your natural state of being. And the only thing stopping that is the conditioning of who you think you are. That's all it is. It's just the conditioning. It's the social conditioning. It's the external influences that have been placed upon us unconsciously that we soaked up like a sponge. And I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to let go of that, follow your power that is your true and natural state of being, where it's normal for you to be in your power and attract the life that you really want to be living at this time, especially with what's happening in the world. But this applies to you at any time in your life, even if you watch this in the future when this whole thing dies down. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So you got to realize that we have a power within us that is literally guiding us to our dream life. Now, my dream life is not your dream life. My dream life is unique to me. Your dream life and your soul and who you really are at the core, if you want to use words like that, is going to be unique to you. My dream life is not your dream life. You have a unique dream life that is unique to you. But the common theme and the common factor between everyone's dream life, which is the first thing I want to share with you, is following the highest vibration that exists for you in your life. Following that power. Because there exists a state of being within you now in this present moment that you can unlock when you begin to follow the highest vibration. Now, what does this mean? This means that you can either follow the path of love or you can follow the path of fear. And before you click off this video, because that sounds cliche, love is another word for consciousness. A word that puts you into a highly conscious state of being. A word that puts you into a state of connection to the present moment and who you really are. And the key is to understand that what we can do as individuals and as a society is to follow that vibration. Follow that power. Because you can do little things that follow that power. For me, it's about ever since I learned to follow the feelings in my body that lead me to a higher state of being, whether that be my daily meditations, whether that be my daily videos that I record, whether that be me taking a call with a client, because I absolutely love to help people one-on-one. It's one of my greatest passions, and I'm realizing that I'm becoming more and more passionate about that over time. And so I just follow that higher state of being. I follow that power. I follow what brings me to a higher state of being. Everything that I've manifested so far in my life, everything that I've let go of, everything that has led me to this point, all the money that I've attracted, all the relationships that I've attracted, all the good feelings in my body, which is the most important thing out of any external things that I've manifested. My state of being has come from following that vibration. I started off with meditations, then I felt called to record videos. Now, your path is going to be different. You may have meditation as a tool. You may not. Although I think that a lot of us will use meditation as a tool, what that starts to translate into in your life will be literally completely unique to you. You're not going to be a YouTuber like me, although you could be. You're not going to be a one-on-one coach like me, although you could be. You're not going to be a mentor like me, although you could be. You could be an artist, but you need to follow that vibration. Not because somebody told you to do it, not because you're obligated to do it, but because what's the alternative? Either you follow fear or you follow love, and you follow what feels good. Just choose which one you want to do, because it's either one's going to be there. It's your choice. You can either follow the path of being in alignment with where the planet Earth is headed, where the universe is headed, towards consciousness and love, or you can go in the opposite direction, and the choice is really yours. Oftentimes when we're lost in unconsciousness, when we're lost in the patterns of who we think we are, it doesn't seem like a choice. It seems like we're a victim. It seems like things are working against us, but at the end of the day, it is a choice. It's a conscious choice you can make to stop being a victim and to live the life that you really want. That's a choice you can make. So the key is to follow the highest vibration, the vibration that brings you into the highest state of being. That can sound esoteric. Another way to say that is follow what makes you feel good. Life is too short to not feel good. Life is too short. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes negative things won't come up. I'm not saying that challenges won't come up. In fact, in order to feel good, oftentimes we have to process all the negative past conditioning, all the negative darkness that we don't want to face. But the thing is, we can know that feeling into those negative emotions will make you feel better. So you meditating, you processing some traumas, you feeling into a negative conversation, you fully being there with your triggers and your wounds, that can be following the highest vibration, because you know at the other side of that you're going to feel lighter. Moving deeper into your fears, into the things that scare you the most, can apply to this first point of following the highest vibration. Following the highest vibration for me is to heal my triggers in meditation, and then on the other side of that, I feel better. Facing my darkness directly and looking at it in the eyes can be following the highest vibration. In fact, it is. It is. So following your power to manifest your dream life is about following the highest vibration, following what puts you into a higher state of being. Now, the second thing I want to share with you is when you're making decisions in your life, when you're making a decision on what career you should do, or who you should invite into your life, or what things you should be doing, focus on the energy and how it feels. The new earth and this shift that's happening on the planet right now is about still being logical, still using the mind, but it's more so about how it feels. If you're going into a career and it doesn't feel good, the vibe is off, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? And I'm not saying that from a space of resistance. I'm saying that if you're conscious enough, if you love yourself enough, you wouldn't do that to yourself. The only reason why we stay in career paths that don't fuel our soul, that don't give us fulfillment, or toxic relationships that are clearly inflicting a lot of pain onto us, or unhealthy foods, or bad habits, or negative emotional states, because we are not conscious of how we feel. We're not conscious of our state of being. If you truly loved yourself, would you hold on to that toxic relationship? Would you hold on? Would you be in a job that you hate if you truly focused on how you felt? You got to realize, not to put fear into you, and I always say this, life is too short. Life is too short to do things that we don't want to do. Life is too short to not feel good. Now, I'm not saying that challenges won't come up. I'm not saying that sometimes it's not completely necessary to face our darkness to then move deeper into the light, so to speak, which is to face all the unconscious patterns, to then become more conscious and feel better after, and to process those traumas and triggers. Of course that's going to come up. But even that is you loving yourself, loving even the parts of yourself that are dark, that you don't want to face. We only stay in things that don't feel good because we're just not conscious of how much pain we're causing to ourselves. The only reason why I stayed in software for as long as I did is because I was just lying to myself. I was unconscious of the fact that I really didn't like it. We only stay in these things because we have to lie to ourselves. We haven't gotten to the point of self-love to realize that this thing is literally causing me pain. And I hate to say it, but sometimes we have to go through some pain to realize, why am I really doing this? Why am I in this? Why have I not signed up to do what I really love? To go work with that coach, to go work with that mentor, to drop out of this thing that's clearly slowing down the progression of my life and my fulfillment. Follow the energy. Focus on the energy and how it feels. Because life is too short to not be doing what you love and not to feel good. If you don't feel good, why are you doing that thing? Why? Why are you doing that thing? And it's a rhetorical question. You can ask yourself that question though if you want, but I'll give you the answer. Because we're not conscious of how much pain we're causing to ourselves. When you feel into your emotions enough, when you become conscious enough, you will not hold on to negative things and you will follow what feels good out of love for yourself. The third thing that I want to share with you in this video in regards to why the new earth is about following the power that is within you to manifest your dream life, following that state of power, that state of connection, that state of alignment with who you really are, that power that is fueled by you loving yourself to extremely high levels, is to realize that your energy is your compass and your guide. That is the new earth. The new earth is about realizing that we don't have to be consumed by our logic. We don't have to be consumed by our mind. Although, like I always say, we can use the mind. We can start to trust in the energy. Trust in the energy. Trust in your energy. If your mind says one thing, but your body is telling you another, trust in that energy. Every single decision that I've made in my life so far has not been an entirely logical decision. And people around me were having objections. People said you need a plan. People said this. But I trusted that feeling and it has never done me wrong. And even if it did, who cares? I felt better. I felt better. I didn't know that I was going to become a more successful coach when I dropped out of school. All I knew is that I had to sign those papers and drop out of school because I felt free. I didn't feel free when I started to get more subscribers and get more money. I felt free energetically when I dropped out of school and signed those papers. That's when I felt free. I felt an energy that literally told me to drop out of school. My mind said, what about money? What about this? What about that? But I followed the energy and I followed the compass and the guide that's within me. This is what tapping into your higher self is. Tapping into your higher self is observing the mind, observing the fears that we have for what they really are, and realizing that the energy and the feeling, it's an overall state of being that nobody can convince you otherwise is there, that it's not there. Nobody can convince you that it's not there. That energy is a compass. It's a guide. It's your heart and your soul speaking to you. And if you're watching this video this far, you know that there's something in your life you need to do now. And when I say need, it's not because you're obligated to do it because of some external influence. It's because your soul is calling you to do this thing because you feel that it's time to finally trust in your energy and who you really are. Trust in your energy. Maybe you've seen synchronicities too if you want to go down that route. Follow your soul's calling. If you're an empath, if you're a sensitive being, we think that we have to feel bad. No, you don't. The new earth and being in your power is continually feeling good. And I'm not saying that sadness won't come up. I'm not saying that challenges won't come up. I'm not saying that negative emotions won't come up. And you can process those and move through them and then become lighter and more in your power after that. If you see what I'm saying, facing the darkness is okay sometimes, but a majority of the time, you can feel good. You can. And society tries to tell us that we can't. And so use that energy as a compass. Use that energy as a guide. Don't doubt it, because if you start doubting in that energy, if you start doubting in how you feel, what happens is that's when we get consumed by our mind and then we go on the wrong path. So follow that energy, follow the compass, follow the guide, and that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.